Hello guys, what's up today? I've got something that's been heavy on my mind to share, and that is perhaps it is not your brain that's broken, but something definitely is. So I'm just gonna start a little story here. Whenever I first started getting back on social media, it coincided with a time that I was also doing a lot of research on ADHD and bipolar. And that is because I came to the realization that if I want to have more in life, I need to demonstrate that I can handle very well what I currently have to handle. It's like if you want to go start a business or something, and you can't even handle your job and your life and all of that, like obviously it's not going to work moving to the next level if you can't even handle what you have. And so I really wanted to get a grip and feel like I really handled very well all of my current responsibilities before I added anything additional. And this brought up something that I hadn't thought about for a very, very long time, and that was being diagnosed when I was, now I don't mean any offense to anybody by that, but I just kind of have a different idea. But I was diagnosed, for all intents and purposes, with ADHD and bipolar when I was about 14 years old. And we could go into that another time. There's definitely a lot to be said just in this video, and a lot to be said on the topic in general, but let's stay on track here. And I was diagnosed, and it was something that I just totally ignored for a very, very long time. It's out of sight, out of mind, whatever. And it was brought back to light because I'm trying to handle all of these things, and I'm thinking maybe that stuff is affecting me in being able to handle what I currently have. Maybe my mind works a little differently. But what's interesting, the point that I'm trying to get at too here, is that so I'm on social media, and I hadn't been on for very long, but I instantly noticed everything on Facebook started to be related to bipolar disorder, ADHD disorder, neurodivergent. I heard that term for the first time, because we know how these algorithms work and the privacy on your phone and all of that. Apparently, I did not have privacy blocks set up, and that's all I started saying was stuff about ADHD and bipolar, and really like harping on the word disorder, and the more that I watched this stuff, the bigger the wall in front of me started to become. The wall that was almost non-existent before started to get higher and higher and overwhelming, and you start to think maybe I do have a disorder, maybe I do need to be medicated, maybe, and I think that says a lot about psychology, and the way media and all of that affects us and our brains. And so that leads me to, I challenge you to think perhaps your brain isn't broken. Maybe it's something else that's broken. What are you doing to fuel this up here? You have a car that you really enjoy, you really love. Do you go and buy some bad gasoline? Do you just take some old gasoline you find in your garage and fill up your car? You probably aren't going to do that, because it's going to take a shit on you, right? And that's not good. And so you have to understand this is also an engine up here, and what are you doing to fuel it? Are you giving it good fuel to operate at the level that it was meant to, right? And another example, if you have a medical problem, let's say there's this cancer in the cards, right? Let's say that you go to the doctor and they got a piece of paper, a textbook, or whatever, with all of these symptoms for this specific cancer. You check all the boxes for all of these symptoms. Okay, What if the doctor says to you, all right, you check all these boxes for this cancer, so we're going to start you on chemotherapy without any tests being done or anything like that? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't you say, whoa, like, hold up here, maybe before we start radiating my body, maybe we should confirm that I actually have cancer. Maybe we should run some blood tests, right? Nobody would ever allow somebody to do intense medical treatments, or even just not even intense, like tone it down to a lower level, okay? Maybe that was too much. But you wouldn't let people do that without the test proving that you had cancer, right? I think most people anyways would prefer to legitimately see. And the interesting thing about the mental disorders is there's no test. It's the equivalent to the doctor checking symptom boxes, and if you check these symptoms, then you qualify as having this disorder. That means you need this medication. Here you go. And I'm just not sure if that is the best way. I'm not sure that is what research shows. I think it's, and I'm not saying that I'm totally against medication. I think it is life-saving for a lot of people. It is a good tool to get you out of a current situation, a current spot. And obviously there's rare circumstances and there's crazy circumstances, you know, there people, you need to be medicated, you know, like you're a little crazy, whatever. But I don't think that the percentage of people that we do have on medication is they're truly broken. I don't think a lot of people are truly broken, but there's something that is broken, and that is our mental health system and our food system, you know. So there's no test to say that you are broken in the brain and you need to take something to fix it. There's just no test for that. But there are tests that you can have that tell you what you are deficient in, you know. Our bodies were made to operate, and everybody's body is made to operate in a different way. That's why one thing works for one person and one thing doesn't work for another, you know. We're all very biochemically unique. I don't know if that's the correct word, but so I challenge you to just think about that. Think about, are you broken? Do you need to be on medication your entire life, or is it meant to be a short-term thing for you to figure out how you can optimize what's up here? Because I truly believe at the bottom of my heart that most of you are not permanently broken. You know, there's research, there's people who specialize in this, and what they see a lot of the times is that a change in diet and lifestyle massively improves people's lives to a point where they don't need medication. That creates long-term change instead of that short-term change that medication can bring. So I think I'll leave it at that today. And that's also to say, you know, for every origin story like yours or mine, there's a story of failure, right? But I think for every origin story that's like yours or mine, there also is a story of triumph and overcoming and reaching success. And so what stories are you going to focus on, right? Are you going to focus on the stories of people like you that are broken? Are you going to focus on the stories of people who are just like you that have overcome and overpowered all of the obstacles in their life? So hope you have a great week. Peace out.